No context, Portsmouth pensioners.
Yeah, I'm not that old, Aria.
Digital marketing gang, let's go. I'm finding pictures of various trucks to put on screen right now.
In the nicest way, it was all very casual and not for me.
Hey besties, welcome back to the Legion Login podcast. I'm Aria and I'm joined by my friend Jordy.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. Do you want me to introduce myself?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. So yeah, I'm Jordy, Jordan, JordyUnKnown, all the above. I work at NSE. I'm the marketing and community manager. I've been with NSE for about almost 3 years now. And yeah, it's great fun.
For the lovely people at home who don't know what NSE is, what is NSE?
Good question. NSE stands for National Student Esports. We run esports tournaments for university students. So if you go to any university, you can play in NSE in a multitude of different games.
Cool. Yeah. So you started in 2017.
What,
wrong.
the NSE itself?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
NSE is 2017.
2018, 2017. Depends on how you look at it. But yeah, we're essentially part of a wider group called Benchmark. They own several different sports companies, and we were sort of started as an extra sort of esports company in partnership with Bucks, who are the British University's college sport. They essentially handle all of the traditional sports side universities in terms of competition. And yeah, we're now the official body of University Esports.
It's like Buick, as it's called. You're going to explain the Buick bit as well.
Yeah, the Buick bit. So what is Buick? Buick is BUEC.
Yeah.
That stands for the British University Esports Championship. That's essentially our premier esports sort of tournaments. So we have tournaments for all the biggest esports titles that you can imagine. So like anything from Apex to League of Legends, Rocket League, Valorant.
This is
Overwatch.
The forgetting all the esports titles
Exactly.
moment.
we have like 10 different esports at the moment. Maybe 9, maybe 11. It changes depending on the year.
I think it's 10.
I think it's 10.
Marvel Rivals would be 10.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it's 11 because we have 3 on Monday, 3
Apex,
on Tuesday.
Smash.
TFT. Splatoon. There you go. You've got most of them.
That's a lot of sports.
A lot of sports. But yeah, so we, for the first time in spring, which is this season, we've introduced Marvel Rivals. Woohoo! I haven't actually played it myself. I do need to actually play it. But it's very, very popular at the moment. Majority of our community are playing Marvel Rivals. So we thought it'd be a good idea to sort of introduce it to the championship. And yeah, it's exciting adding a new game.
Yeah. And that's all of you on the team at NSE work together to find out what the most hype titles are, I guess.
Yeah, so in terms of how we choose our titles, it's very much what's popular. So for instance, we know that obviously Valorant is still very popular. It's one of our biggest games. It's still going to continue to be popular. We do have all the different stats and everything in terms of sign-ups of how many teams we've had this season, how many teams we've had like last season. And depending on how popular things are, we'll look at adding or removing certain titles. So I'm sure to your sadness, recently we did lose Dota.
R.I.P. Dota.
Which was, sad, but in terms of like actual teams and players, it's reduced significantly year on year. So essentially it's just not viable for us to run it. But then again, we have something like Marvel Rivals come in, so we can add another tournament back. And for the games that we don't run, students can run their own leagues.
Like Dota?
So
get on that.
Affiliate leagues, they're student-run leagues that we don't run, but we still support them. They can use our website to run everything, and we'll promote it.
So that's the new Dota guys. That's the UCDL, British Racing Sim.
Yeah, BUSR.
And Halo.
And UFG.
Fighting gang.
Fighting
yes.
games. Fighting gang.
The fighting gang.
yeah. So they host all of the fighting
Yeah.
game stuff. So in terms of fighting games, we just do Smash, but they do Street Fighter, Tekken, and Guilty Gear. I think it is. Yeah,
I
Guilty
think
Gear.
so.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the different games. In terms of like going back to the British University Esports Championship, that all leads into a big fun points table for universities.
Yep.
So
Maths is required for this.
Exactly. Depending on how well your university teams do, will depend on how many points you get. Obviously, the higher you are, the more points you get.
And what happens if you're number one?
If you're number one, you win the lovely coveted award of Esports University of the Year.
And there's a trophy for that. Put the trophy here.
There is a trophy for that.
Oh my god, look at how beautiful. I wonder where this trophy is right now.
This trophy may or may not be in Warwick.
It's been in Warwick for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
Well deserved though. They play really hard.
Yeah. They have a lot of teams and a lot of good quality teams. It is definitely we do try and balance everything as much as we can. But at the end of the day, Warwick do just have a lot of very good quality teams. And it sort of helps that they have like their own esports centre, and sort of have this sort of extra program to entice people to want to go to Warwick and do esports as well.
We will take that trophy.
Yeah, I mean, I personally can see Warwick changing in the probably next 5 years. I think I do think they will win this year, and they probably will win next year and probably the year after. But I think then we'll might see a change. With the people the likes of Durham especially. Yeah. They're really good. They've got their own esports facility now. And loads of other different universities are.
Bournemouth recently got theirs. Royal Holloway have one now.
Yep.
I think this is spoilers for later on, but obviously when I worked in a certain office, wink wink nudge nudge, you could obviously see the table.
Yeah.
And then you saw where all of those points came from.
Yeah.
But now looking at it, you can see just how much having a dedicated space impacts those points.
Yeah.
So Durham have obviously gone from I think what was last year 30th to now 28th, 26th, 28th, something like that.
Yeah, so Durham were, I think for the past couple of years, have been performing well in general. I can't remember where they were in 2021-ish.
Yeah.
I only started in 2022. But I was competing in NSE.
Yes.
So another little tidbit for you guys.
The requirement for working at NSE is you have to win at NSE.
Of course. Only certain people, yeah. I competed in Rocket League. I played from when NSE was started, basically. So from 2018 till 2020 when I graduated. Fun year for everyone.
Love that.
Sadly,
great time to play Rocket League.
Sadly, no LAN finals in spring 2020 that I would have been able to get to, but I was lucky enough to get to the winter LAN finals when we used to have them, and win Rocket League against Loughborough.
Yay! And then Laura, who recently joined the NSE team, used to compete in League.
Yes, so Laura is a very, very good League of Legends player. She went to the University of Warwick.
That's why they have the trophy.
Not Warwick, sorry, Oxford. Not Warwick. We were talking about Warwick. Oxford. She went to Oxford.
Yeah.
Kenny went to Hull. Chris went to York.
Yeah. Chris, for the people at home that don't know, is NSE Hench.
Yes. And Kenny is Dylan.
Yeah, Kenny.
Kenny is Kenny. But yeah, cool.
Yeah,
nice.
They all played. Yay!
Sam
did not.
Hivo did not go to university.
Oh.
No, he didn't go to university at all.
Oh wow.
Yeah, no, he used to work at Game. That's where he sort of started his little esports gaming journey. Pretty sure.
Remember when Game used to have those little they used to have little setups.
Yeah.
That was cool.
That was not too long ago that all that stuff got removed. But I competed in those as well.
Oh, it's low.
Yeah, but only when that was also when I was in Portsmouth. Didn't mention that. I went to Portsmouth.
And you did something very important at Portsmouth. Wink, wink.
I did digital marketing at Portsmouth.
No, I meant the Paladins.
Oh, I thought it's because
Digital marketing gang, let's go.
yes.
No, you are the founder, or at least co-founder, or one of the founding members.
I was one of the founding members. I helped found the Portsmouth Paladins, the University of Esports, University of Portsmouth Esports Society, which.
They still compete, which is
compete.
really good.
It's really cool. They're doing really well. They're pretty much consistently in the top 5.
Nice.
I'm pretty sure each year now, which is awesome. But yeah, I basically was the social media rep and the Rocket League rep because
you did good at that.
Because I played Rocket League.
You did good, yeah. You did digital marketing.
I did digital
well.
marketing, yes. So initially, when I was going to start university, I wanted to do graphic design.
Yep.
Because I was like, oh, this seems fun.
Graphic design is, in fact, our passion.
Yes, exactly. But essentially, when I went to Portsmouth for like my interview and stuff, they were like, "We don't think you're right for graphic design." And I was like, "Oh, that's sad." But then we were like, "We think that based on like your portfolio and stuff, you should look into digital marketing." And I was like, "Okay, let's have a little look into it." And turns out I was like, "This is actually way better than what I wanted." I didn't fully know that I wanted to go in graphic design. It just seemed like a cool thing to do. But in terms of like how the course worked and everything, it was a lot more suited to me.
Yeah.
And
you did really well at it.
Yes, I did.
Slay.
Yeah, it was good. Even though my graduation was delayed.
Yeah.
Because of COVID.
We're just gonna not think about that.
But yeah.
Yay! So you won at Rocket League.
Yeah.
You did good.
Yeah.
And now you work for the people that run the league that you won in.
Yeah, it was definitely an interesting journey. Like after university, I went to a interior design and architecture company.
Yep, super normal pathway.
Super normal pathway. I basically it was super normal in a way in terms of I did my placement with them, and that was a social media based placement. So I handled all of their social medias and updated their website and everything. And they were super awesome to work for. But then Becky, who used to work at NSE in my original role, moved to a partnerships role. So the social media role basically became available. I applied, had a couple of interviews, and got the job in 2022.
And now you're sat on a couch. Welcome to the couch.
Thanks.
By the way,
it's
a very blue couch.
Is it an IKEA special or is it?
I hope so, because I want this in my house. I think
it is comfy.
Yeah, it's a good couch. You participated in the Winterlands for NSE, which no longer happen.
Yep.
Because rar, I guess.
Basically, lands cost a
lot of money.
A lot of money to run. To a decent quality and a quality that we'd be happy with. It's basically just not viable to run 2 a year. So we sort of like to try and make a bigger and better one in spring and have that each year as well. And
up until last year,
yep,
the spring finals were run at Insomnia, RIP.
Yeah, RIP Insomnia.
What a great place to be.
Yes. So yeah, Insomnia was awesome. We started hosting our finals at Insomnia in I think it was the year I started, 2022. Prior to that, they were hosted in like Nottingham and I think what Confetti is basically now, or around where Confetti is, where I played the Metronome. And so Insomnia was great. It sort of was a next step for us in terms of it was an awesome place to host our finals for the players because it's part of a wider festival and it's obviously it was in Birmingham, quite easy to get to for most people. And it just made sense. But also it was really great for our partners as well, who could then exhibit on top of what we're doing at Insomnia. And I don't think I mentioned our partners. We have awesome partners. So our headline partner is UniDay's Level Up.
Get the UniDays app. You're a student. I can see you. Download the Uni Days app.
Unidays is good. I used Unidays a lot when I was a student.
Yep.
I
use it for my shoes quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's like 30% off at like shoe, and I'm like, yes, please.
Nice.
Wear my trainers to the ground.
Pretty sure I used mine to get a new laptop for when I started university.
Nice.
But yeah, so Unidays, yeah, they are our new headline sponsor. Previously, our headline sponsor was Intel. They are now just one of our standard sponsors, sort of help us out with everything tournament related. We have SteelSeries, Scan Computers, Pringles, which everyone loves Pringles.
Cries in gluten free.
Yeah, true. That is kind of sad. But for those who are gluten tolerant, Pringles are awesome. And
Iyama?
Recently, not Iyama. So Iyama, we've just finished our contract with them. So we are no longer with Iyama. Pringles, we just hit our 3-year partnership deal. Well, 3 years together. So we're with them for another year, which is awesome.
And a new one, which when this goes out, it's not going to be as new.
No.
But this morning,
we were very happy to announce that we partnered with Pot Noodle.
Yay!
So
I'm still crying and gluten free, but I'm happy for you.
Yeah, it's very cool.
And
Pot
again,
Noodle,
when this goes out, everyone will already know.
You hope so.
To the producers in the corner, cover your ears. They're sponsoring Society of the Month.
They are sponsoring Society of the Month.
Which is us.
Which is Collegiate Esports.
Yay!
/ London Legion / Legion Esports.
We did it.
Yeah. It's very cool. Very cool.
So you're going to hopefully send us some scran that I can't eat.
Get some little Pot Noodle stock drops. You'll have a little bit of money to basically put behind a little social Pot Noodle party, basically.
Yay!
Yay.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, it's really cool.
So obviously, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. There's more points. I'll get to it.
Yeah.
But I remember when some of the other ones got nominated.
Yeah.
And like the process behind it, and sometimes how high the bar is.
Yeah.
For achieving Society of the Month.
Yeah.
So it does feel really cool that.
Yeah. It is.
That we got to do it.
It is cool, and like before, like obviously we've done Society of the Month for a very long time now. We haven't had a sponsor or anything for it, so it's really nice that Pot Noodle are able to sort of come in, actually put some support behind it, which is very, very useful. Yeah,
we don't just get a cool article; we get some cool stuff.
Exactly, you get some cool stuff
and some praise from the leadership team.
Yeah, true. I'm sure they're gonna love that.
Yeah, they're gonna be so proud
because this is gonna be the first time Collegiate Esports of
yeah.
We've
only been at uni for like 3 years though, so
but
the bar is low.
that's a lot of months.
That is a lot of months. We did it.
Exactly.
Good job, guys. Good job.
Going back to sponsors. I think our last sponsor that I didn't mention, one of our oldest sponsors, Monster Energy.
Oh yeah.
Everyone loves Monster.
I sure do.
You were drinking one this morning when I met you for this. So.
Yes. I cannot drink unnamed competitive brands.
There's a lot of competitor brands to Monster.
True. But Monster has the fun flavours.
They are the best. Yeah.
And the cool cans.
Yeah. But yeah, we host some awesome different like activities and stuff with them.
Yeah, they're doing
Monster Plays. Hopefully people will know what Monster Plays is.
They're also doing the Call of Duty Warzones.
Yeah, so we have a Monster Unleashed series, which essentially is a one-off tournament that we do with Monster each year. Back in the day, it was called the Stay at Home series because it was born in COVID.
Yes, when we could not leave our houses.
Exactly. So stay at home and play some Valorant and some I think it was Rocket League as well at the start, or Counter-Strike, I can't remember, and win loads of Monster. But this year we're doing it as Call of Duty. We're hosting a Warzone Invitational, where 29 teams plus one sort of Monster Energy influencer streamer team as well. We're going to be playing, and there's quite a cool little bounty on the team if you eliminate them, as well as there's a raffle in terms of how many kills you get, so that'll weigh what chances you get of winning a stock drop, which if people don't know is basically around like 96 or around that cans level. So it's a big chunk.
Yeah, the monster truck quite literally pulls up.
Yes.
And just gives you your delivery and then goes,
Yeah.
I'll see you later.
Yeah, it's very cool if you receive one. Majority of the time, it will be delivered in a monster branded truck.
Yes.
As opposed to a monster truck.
Same thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if like those big like monster trucks.
Yeah.
They had one at Insomnia. If we can find a photo, it will go here.
It was like
I don't know if they're necessarily road legal.
Yeah.
Are they?
Yeah. No, that's the one that drives to people's houses as well.
That's the one that just pulls up.
There's a couple.
Right.
There's like a standard like transporter van.
Yeah, like Ford Transit, black, I assume.
Yeah, that type of thing. But also that one we had at Insomnia a few years. That also drives to people's houses and delivers monster.
Yeah.
Which is amazing.
Freddie's going to have a great time finding pictures of various trucks to put on screen right now.
Is it this one? Is it this one?
Have fun editing that.
But yeah, Monster are awesome. All of our partners basically just help us do what we do.
Yay! And then obviously you have all of your players. People get involved.
Yeah, we have around 2,200 or so teams compete each year.
And that's across the board. That's just not one game.
That's not just one game. That is across the board. And yeah, loads and loads of players. Can't remember the exact number. I think it's around, but it's between like 12 and like 17,000. I know they're very different numbers.
Yeah.
But I have those two numbers in my head, and I can't remember which one it is. But it's thousands and thousands of players.
Because at the beginning of the academic year, NSE puts out a thing which is, hey, by the way, we exist, and it will tell you how many people participated in the last year.
Yeah.
Which it seems like a really big number, and then you actually participate.
Yeah.
And you're like, wow, I see the same 150 people every week on a Thursday night.
Yeah, obviously, because that is split into different games. You will
it's the same.
You will play
faces,
similar people, but it's still nice that it is a community in a way, and you do play with a lot of the same players. And there's obviously rivalries that crop up. Warwick. I mean, they just have a rivalry with everyone, right?
Yeah, it's because they're at the top.
Yeah.
But yeah, you see like the same admins. Obviously, the admin team, lovely lads.
Yeah. So we obviously have our full-time members of staff who work on the tournament. So we have Hench or Chris. He is the head of League Ops, so he essentially handles all of the big boy decisions around the tournament. What's like how everything's going to work. Looks into sort of all the deeper stats of everything and sort of what else we need to be doing to sort of make it better. And then you have Dylan/Kenny. He is the League Ops assistant. Does a very similar role in a way. But he manages a lot of the student admins that also work on the tournaments, and sort of just ensures on the game nights that everything is going to plan as much as it can. For instance, stuff isn't always in our hands when like league servers go down or Steam dies or something. And we have to postpone games sometimes, but they're very much ahead of that and know what to do in that case. But like I mentioned before, we have these student admins who also help us. So they essentially, we have a student admin for each game, and they work directly on the tournaments on tournament nights and sort of ensure everyone has their games and everything goes well.
Yeah, and they're all lovely. So they're always there to help. They have a little channel and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Cake, if you're watching this, I love you. Cake is not watching, but we'll clip that.
But you can clip that
to Cake. Yeah, she'll have a great time. You participated in Rocket League.
Yeah.
What was your pipeline into esports? Were you just like, this seems cool?
Yeah, my pipeline into esports. So when I started university in 2016, old man, I I was really into CS. So what used to be
CS:GO, yeah.
Now CS2. I really, really enjoyed it. Played lots of that. Got to like the second highest rank or something in normal, non face it or anything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Because if you're actually good, you play stuff like face it. But I got to get like Supreme and was really enjoying CS. And when I was like going to university, and I was like, ooh, I should look to see if there's like a gaming or an esports society or anything. And there was a gaming society at Portsmouth, and I was like, awesome. And I turned up, and I was like, in the nicest way, it was all very casual and not for me. I wanted to do the esports and the more competitive side, and I was like, oh, okay. But from that, I was still able to find other people who wanted to compete and do that type of thing. Hence why a year later we created the Esports Society.
So how did you go from Counter-Strike to Rocket League?
It was just a weird thing. So Rocket League was released in 2015. I did have Rocket League at the time. I played it a little bit.
It was free.
It wasn't free.
It's free now.
It's free now. Like most esports titles these days. But at the time, CS:GO was money. Rocket League was money. But
things cost money.
Things cost money
in this economy. Yeah,
they do. But yeah, I played CS, and then probably towards the end of my first year, 2017, I started playing Rocket League a lot more, and I was like, I basically was playing with my friends, and then my friends were sort of stopped playing a little bit, and I kept on playing.
And you got just like really good.
And I played it for a couple thousand hours, and it turns out
super normal amount of time.
You get good if you play for a couple thousand hours.
Yeah.
And from there, like, this was right at the start of NSE as well, when I was there weren't many players. I was struggling to get 2 other people to play with me.
Rocket League.
To play Rocket League at a big university like Portsmouth. And I was playing with like basically diamond players when I was
at the top.
Towards the higher ends. And I was that's the thing. Like, the great thing about NSE is like I was still having a great time playing against other universities, representing Portsmouth, and I didn't particularly mind that I wasn't just winning NSE.
Yeah, you were just.
I was still having fun and playing. But like the first time I played, I was struggling to get 3 players, 4 players. Next year, we had 2 teams, or potentially 3 teams, and then the year after. In my final year, we had like 6 teams. Like, it just got bigger and bigger each year,
and it keeps getting bigger. Obviously, esports is like a massive field now. A lot of the like computer science students, game design students will be like esports. Yeah,
exactly. I mean, a big part of our community is
STEM students.
So we have about 70% STEM, which is pretty cool, to be fair. And I think 30% or so, 20% of those are computer science. So it definitely resonates with those.
It helps having a PC where you're coding on it and you can just go Rocket League.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically just going back to the original point, I played Rocket League, played that a lot more. Then CS, dropped CS, focused on Rocket League, played that, had a great time, and I was like, I think it'd be pretty cool to work in esports and gaming. I went to a few esports and gaming events. I went to the RLCS Rocket League majors. Went to Madrid just because I was like,
I can do that.
Went with loads and loads of people from Portsmouth, as well as there was loads of people from NSE there. We had a cute little photo of just like the original Rocket League admin, Cineris. He's a good lad, and loads of other Rocket League players in NSE. But yeah, loved Rocket League, and I was like, I want to work in esports.
Now you work in esports.
And I work in esports.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy. I didn't think that I'd be working and gaming in esports, to be honest. Before I knew, like, when I was doing my degree, that I wanted to work obviously in marketing and that side, and the social media sort of angle does tailor more to sort of the entry side as well. My role, like I said, when I joined NSE was social media and community manager. I now am the marketing and community manager, which is cool.
Upgrades.
I essentially handle all of the external communications and everything like that with NSE, and get to speak to loads of lovely students.
Yay! Like us.
Exactly.
Welcome again to the couch. Because this is the wink, wink, nudge, nudge moment.
Yeah.
I was the 2024 summer intern.
You were. So yeah, for people that don't know, NSE runs a internship. It's usually around 3 or 4 months. We host 3 a year, winter, spring, and summer to go along with our seasons.
The wintern, the spring turn, and the summer intern, because you can't shorten it in a cool way.
Exactly. But yes, the lovely Aria was our summer intern.
Yay!
Yeah, social media and community. So basically just helping me out with everything from drafting social posts to making TikTok memes. And articles, and essentially just helping out the team with everything. Yeah.
So I played in NSE like you did. I was Overwatch and Valorant, which if you read the announcement post, I am an avid Overwatch and Valorant. Full stop.
Yes.
Which is my favourite thing ever. I have a screenshot of that.
Yeah.
It's like peak comedy.
I may have missed a single word.
Which is why we have the intern.
Yeah, exactly.
And I obviously saw it pop up in the NSE Discord server.
Yeah.
And I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
And I applied on like the very last day.
Did you? Was it the last day?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
that's good.
Ooh, gonna do that.
Yeah.
I think I handed it in at like 11:52
really?
at night. Yeah.
I have to look.
Don't do that, by the way.
No.
Don't assignments, deadline applications for job, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
I'm not a good example of what you should do.
Mm-hmm.
And then you messaged me and you were like, hey.
Yep.
Interview. And I was like, yeah, I can do that. And we had a lovely chat.
Yep.
With no Becky.
No Becky, it was just me.
It was just you.
Yeah.
And then I was like, yep, I've done that. And then I got in the shower and I was like, I'm not going to hear back. It's, 5 p.m. on a Friday. I'm not going to hear back this week.
Yeah.
And then I get a message from you and it's like, hey, have you got time to chat?
Yeah.
And I'm like, great, I've got soap in my hair. I'm going to have to get out the shower. I'm going to have to go put like my normal outfit back on.
Mm-hmm.
I called you and you were like, hey, so you're the intern now. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna go. Thanks.
Yeah.
Made myself a cup of tea. Got back in the shower.
Yeah.
Continued my life as normal.
Yeah.
And then I turned up the following Tuesday.
Yeah. It was a quick turnaround, definitely. Yeah, very quick turnaround.
Which is that normal for?
It depends. It depends how busy I am with other work, into how quickly the intern turnaround and everything is. Luckily, I was quite prepared for the most recent spring internship in terms of I got everything done before Christmas, just so that it was super, super easy for me to come back, and then get everyone started. And
it's now April, who is absolutely lovely.
Yep, April's lovely. She's went to Warwick.
She's the one that went to Warwick.
She's the one that went to Warwick, yeah. So I think that might be where I got a
where the
little
confusion
bit
is.
Confusion, yeah, because Laura, our partnerships executive, she started earlier this year. She's the one who went to Oxford.
Yeah. New members of the team, and you always put out a little thing. Yeah,
we always put a little article out announcing new members of the team, just because it's nice to sort of actually introduce people, especially when it's an intern and they're going to have to message lots of students and committee members being like, hi, do you want to do this?
It's like, hi, I'm the NSE intern. Do you want to do this thing?
Yeah.
Please?
And obviously, if they don't know who you are, they'll be like, this is a scam.
Yes. Which actually happened while I was the intern. Somebody messaged Kenny to be like, is this actually your intern?
Yeah.
And Kenny was just like, no, that is our intern.
Yeah. So a lot of the time, I say a lot of the time, sometimes it does happen. And the funniest thing is that you can literally just like link your announcement post to them and be like, this is me.
I am a real person.
Yeah.
I am a real boy. Yes.
Like, obviously we don't expect like every student or committee member
to
see everything that we put out, as much as we'd like to. But stuff like that helps.
Yeah. And when being an intern, what's like we do a range of things.
Yeah.
Sometimes it can be very random.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's the same for every intern.
Yeah.
What is like
those things? So
those things?
I briefly mentioned it earlier, but the majority of the stuff that you will be doing, like just posting, drafting, social posts, working on various different like research projects, usually set by sort of more senior members of the NSE team, and sort of just it's like anything and everything. Articles are always usually drafted by interns as well. As much as it is like everyone has their own roles, we are like a team of 7.
Yeah.
So everyone helps out with everything. So even if you're like on the internship, you'll be working on like partnership decks and everything, sort of reports, and help us getting new partners and that type of thing as well. So you do sort of get to work on a bit of everything. Yeah,
which is great for people that want to go into community management, marketing, partnerships, because it is all there.
Yeah.
And then if Hench likes you enough to answer your Google Calendar invites, you learn a bit about League Ops as well.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of us have competed.
Yeah.
So it's nice that they teach us
yeah.
how it actually works, so I don't cry when I'm against Oxford again.
Yes, yes. People do get confused on why things are the way they are. It's honestly the way it's being run now is the best possible way that it is being run. Otherwise, you would want to leave after 2 weeks of playing.
Yeah.
That first week for a lot of people is generally quite hard, because you do get put up against potentially a lot stronger teams, but that's just how the Swiss format works.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Which it sounds a lot less cool when Kenny explains it in like math terms, then you just go, I'm really bad at maths.
Yeah.
But I am very notoriously known to the NSE team as the Gen Z TikTok intern.
Yes. Says slay a lot.
I say slay a lot. I think I confused Alex at one point.
Yep.
Business director, Alex Coulson.
Managing director. Sam's the business director.
They're directors of sorts.
They're directors.
Yeah. Who was at Bet with us this year.
Yep.
So I confused him with my Gen Z-ness. Slay.
Yep.
How did that become a thing? What happened for the TikTok thing to...
What, in terms of like...
Yeah, so NSE had a TikTok page.
Yes. Well, originally we had a TikTok page because we just wanted to create one.
Yeah.
If we ever wanted to use it.
It had one post on it.
It had one post on it, which was just basically the wrap up from our finals. Because I, as much as I am like a social media manager at the end of the day, I despise TikTok.
Yep, entirely valid. It's quite a creature.
However, I am definitely a hypocrite because I am just on Instagram Reels and it's basically the same thing.
I mean, it's like a couple of days behind, I think.
Exactly. But then I can always just like...
Same thing.
Chat shit about TikTok if I'm...
Or just on
Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels instead. But yeah, so we thought like as TikTok was getting bigger and bigger, and being obviously a university tournament organizer, you're going to have these younger players get older and then actually go to university, and it's a bit of fun to post to have TikTok.
Yeah.
And yeah, you were definitely the first intern that started sort of making the TikToks and stuff on NSE. Go follow it. It's going to be good.
It will be linked below. We're organised like that.
Okay, cool.
So don't worry. We got you.
Okay.
I'm proud of it. A little bit too much.
Aria has been was great at making the TikTok
the chaotic
TikTok
memes. Yeah.
My favourite one is still definitely the admin night one with the cats. That's the best one. So go watch
best one. Because in my interview,
you
asked me a whole bunch of questions.
Yeah.
And one of the questions was, if we could do something better,
what would it be?
And I slated your usage of TikTok.
Yeah, which was valid because I just to being completely honest, I just kept on putting it off because I didn't like it, but I knew we sort of had to do it. So one of the important things for me when I was choosing the intern was like, when I ask this question, I want them to say TikTok.
Yeah.
Because they should look on our socials. They should do research into what we're doing.
Because when I found it, it had like 26 followers or something, which was...
Probably less.
Yeah, probably. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's probably doing a little bit better now, I hope.
Oh, no, yeah, now it's like 170 or something, which obviously isn't loads, but it's from...
Progress.
It's like less than a year or something old. So...
Which... I found it and I was like, is this the right one?
Yeah.
I'm going to follow it anyway.
Yeah.
And then I did. And I started making memes for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which was a lot of fun.
It's good fun. I do like sort of trying to guide you to certain memes.
Yeah.
Like, make this one because it's great.
Make this one. It's fun. There are some that we made that obviously never saw the light of day.
Yes. Yes. Some partially due to...
to Gen Z for some of the partners.
Some of the partners, exactly.
I think my personal favourite is we made one to announce the summer merch release.
Yes.
Which is me screaming into a microphone from across the room, being like, buy my merch.
Yeah. And
it's, I think, not Gen Z humour, but just very chaotic.
Yes, chaotic energy. We love it.
NSE does merch. Go buy it.
We do.
Neither of us are wearing the merch today.
No. I have pretty sure I have mine in the wash.
Yeah.
So sadly, I was not able to wear it. I should have worn it. That would have been good. I should have prepped for that.
Yeah.
But we do currently have a merch design competition on.
Yes.
Which ends in mid-February. So
the 16th?
Something like that, yeah. So
February 16th at 11:59.
Yeah, so for when, at the time of recording, we're about a couple of weeks away from the deadline. But if you send in a cool merch design, we may use your design for official NSE merch, which is kind of...
That is really cool, yeah.
You get some money. You get your own design in a t-shirt or hoodie or whatever you want from what we're selling, and it's very cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did the NSE merch thing come about? Like, how did you decide I want that on a shirt? In
terms of like design wise, or just creating merch?
The merch in general.
Merch in general. It's another thing that like we see other sort of esports orgs and everything and wear it, and we want to try and sort of create something that's cool and something that we would want to wear, and our community would want. Obviously, we know we're not a rock band or like a big esports team that has thousands of followers and sort of big fans that would buy it. But we wanted to have sort of, an outlet that if people wanted to support us in that way, they could.
Yeah.
And that's how it came about.
And now there's 3 merch lines have been released.
There's
the original ones with the drippy
one
design.
Yep.
Cherry Blossom Spring 24.
Yeah.
And then Becky's Vaporwave design.
From for summer.
Yes.
Yes. We didn't have a winter one because basically Becky,
everyone got shifted around.
Yeah, everyone who sort of was working on the merch design sort of moved around.
Yeah. Becky, who was partnerships and is now not partnerships because she has moved on to a different organisation.
Blast, yes.
And Sherry, who then sort of filled her spot, also went to Blast.
Yeah.
And me with my silly designs left because my internship was over.
Yeah, your internship was over.
And you guys were like, well...
And I was like, I do not have the time to do the merch as well, because...
We'll ask the players to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I think it's cool in a way that...
Yeah.
If anything, it's better, in my opinion, just because... One, we're giving back to our community, and it's cool. Like, hopefully, like at the end of the day, the students can probably make something cooler than what we would make anyway.
We know all the in-jokes for what to put on a t-shirt.
Exactly. And looking at some of the entries that we've already had come through, some of them are pretty cool, and I'm excited to...
I would like a Jordy Pog t-shirt.
A Jordy Pog t-shirt.
Jordy Pog t-shirt. For the people that don't know, Jordy Pog is an image that was taken of you at a LAN final. Was it the winter one?
It was the winter.
Where you won.
So that was, essentially a moment in the final game. It was best of 7 versus Loughborough. It was 3-3, and yeah, it was the final game. And essentially, I scored a nice goal, double tap, and it basically put us like 3 or 4 goals up, and I popped off because I was like surely we've won.
Yeah, and you guys still use it as like a promotional image for NSE, which I thought was quite funny.
Yeah, less so now. It was used for a very long time just because of my LAN was the last LAN before COVID.
Yeah.
So there was 2 years where NSE couldn't host LAN finals.
So just you.
It was just me, being a sort of mini poster boy and my other team members.
Which in the Benchmark office, I think you are quite literally on one of the walls, yes. Which must be great when you go into like meeting room 2 and it's just your face.
Yeah. The first room that Becky booked me in for my sort of HR introduction was the little room with me and my photo
and your face,
on the wall, which was quite funny. I remember getting a message from Hench, I think, when the application was open for the job, saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, there's a picture of you in our office."
Which you don't expect it to be there.
No, not at all.
And my obviously HR introduction was in a different room.
Yeah.
I got given like a show around, and I was like, "That is Jordy's face on a wall."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was always my little sort of icebreaker question with anyone else who was asking me questions about myself at Benchmark.
It's like, oh, I'm in meeting room 2, guys. Because I'm on the wall.
I'm in the room. Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Super casual. Obviously, Benchmark is one massive office.
Yep.
We work with some other companies as well in there.
Yeah.
But you're all very close. You hang out a lot. Yep. Like the Benchmark Bake Off.
Exactly.
Which there's another Jordy Pug photo that has come out of that in some smaller circles.
Yeah. Aria decided to take basically lots of photos of me whenever I had food.
Yes.
And I proceeded to just
pull the same face.
Pull the same face.
Yeah.
Whenever I had food.
I think there's a lot of like random things that came out of the internet. Obviously, I learnt a lot. Like I had a great time.
Yeah.
It was like great to like be in employment as it would be when I'm out of university. Mm-hmm. But I think there are a lot of things that were just so us, which is Jordy Pug with food.
Yep.
Jordy Pug with different drinks.
Yep.
Pictures of my cat in chat. Tom Hanks,
yeah.
And the boys in the hotel lobby.
Boys in the hotel lobby, yes.
Which, that's just like a broad range of like random things.
Yeah, lots of random things.
Tom Hanks was
a random...
A reaction
emoji in the Slack.
Yeah. For the people at home that don't know, Slack is like Discord, but for professionals.
Yeah. It is that.
That's it, yeah.
It is,
but it's got cool hold music.
It does.
Which, if I was just ever alone in
elevator music
in a Slack, I would just be like jamming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also didn't know until like just before I left, you can change the Slack notification noise.
You can.
And one of them is just
hummus. Yeah.
And I'm like, where has that been my whole life? Would have made it so much funnier when I've received a message from like Sherry. It's like hummus.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's funny. Boys in the hotel lobby, though.
Yes.
That's myself, yourself,
and John.
Yeah. Who nobody will know who that is. Because we've moved on to Laura.
Yeah.
John was partnerships between Becky and Laura. Mm-hmm. And he formerly worked
for the
Insomnia team.
He ran Insomnia, yeah. He was awesome. He was with us for a few months, but then he had a very good sort of opportunity at a different company that his friend basically offered him, and he was like, "It's too good not to take as much as he wants." Like, so he's not working in the esports and gaming industry anymore, because he was like, "This is an awesome opportunity." Yeah. So. As much as he loved working at NSE and is sad, like we still play games together and everything. Yeah. We chat probably every other day.
He showed up in chat the other day to share some memes with us as well.
Yeah.
Which is lovely.
But for also those who don't know the boys in the hotel lobby,
Yes.
The reference is essentially a song by the artist Remy Wolf, and it's called
Cinderella.
Cinderella. It's called Cinderella.
And you would take control of the music in the
office.
Benchmark office.
Yeah, so we have a little nice Sonos system in the Benchmark office, and
it used to be in the corner, and then we moved it
we did
closer
move it
to
closer
us.
Because if we're putting the music on, we should probably
be a little bit closer.
Be a little bit closer to us, and so we don't turn up the volume to someone who's at the other end of the office and is deafening them. But we don't mind if it's near us.
We have headphones on, I think, like 80% of the time. So
it is quite funny because everyone that works at Benchmark knows who NSE are, because we always have our gaming headphones on in the office, which is quite funny.
Like mine used to be a pair of black Razer headphones. Yep. You had the teal. Was it?
I had the blue and white.
Becky had the teal Logitech
ones. Yeah.
And now you have cool fancy ones.
Yes. So, well, not yet. We will be having
cool fancy ones.
Cool fancy SteelSeries ones coming to our office.
Big up that partnership.
Big up the partnership for SteelSeries. Yeah.
Legends. Awesome. But yeah, we'd play music, and I didn't know the name of the song because I apparently have one brain cell and I use it for TikTok memes.
Yep.
And I just go, "Can you play the boys in the hotel lobby?"
Yeah.
And I don't know how it progressed into we are the
boys in the hotel lobby. Yeah.
But we sure are the boys in the hotel lobby. Which, when my internship ended a couple of weeks later, John moved on. We never got our boys in the hotel lobby selfie, which. We'll get it one day.
Yeah, one day.
I was going to be like, we could do it at Insomnia, but...
Sad. But there will be...
A LAN.
So, sad as it is that Insomnia is not about, there will be a LAN final still.
Yes.
For spring. Basically, I can't
You can't tell us where.
I can tell you where. I can't say...
General geographical location, same time as last year, so end of... March.
So dates wise, we are locked in dates wise.
So, it's low.
So dates are the 29th and 30th of March.
End of March.
End of March, and it's 99% looking like it's going to be in Manchester, which is not Birmingham and further away.
It's further away than Birmingham. Which for the Warwicks and the
Birminghams
of the world, it's not too bad.
Yeah. But
for the
Portsmouths
and the Londons
and the Exeters, it is a bit of a trek.
It's a bit of a way.
But Manchester's cool.
Yeah.
Still big place.
Got some bees. UOM trailer in chat. That's gonna be a reference to one person.
Yeah.
And one person only.
Yeah.
He's not gonna see this.
No. Well, you can clip it and send it to him.
Yeah, Reclaimer. UOM trailer. That's it. He gets nothing else.
Yeah.
But that's obviously like small in-jokes that we get from being our community.
Yeah.
UOM trailer was the joke we made during All Stars, which is
A-level results day, All Stars, yeah.
Yeah. The tournament that you guys hold, which is an open and a women non-binary. I think last year it was Valorant and Overwatch.
Yep. And
we run trailers for universities through it.
Yeah.
So they can be like, oh, they have an esports society. Maybe I should consider joining this university through clearing, or take a look at it.
Yeah.
Or like find an esports society in the university that I'm attending. And I think all of the trailers were like put in a randomly generated order.
Yeah.
So it was the same order every time.
Yeah.
So we knew when the University of Manchester trailer would show up. And we just all spam UOM trailer.
It was a good trailer. It was a really good trailer.
I am Tengoon. It's the only thing I can remember from it.
That's because I kept on saying it because it was great.
I was very blissfully unaware that Tengoon participates in Overwatch.
Oh really?
Until very recently when our team went up against them.
Yeah.
Not in NSE.
Okay.
We played against them in Newell.
Yeah.
Which is the other university league.
Yeah.
And we saw him and I was like, I know that guy. I am Tengoon. No context.
No context.
Reclaimer also plays Overwatch. He was on a different team.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I saw their names and I was like, I know those guys.
Yeah.
because of the trailer.
The trailer, yeah. That's cool. Yeah, no, trailers are really awesome. So yeah, during A-level results day, we do a stream every year, just so that if there are any future university students, just typing in university esports or esports societies, gaming esports societies, on A-level results day, they can hopefully find our stream, and sort of have a little snippet of what university esports has to offer and NSE has to offer.
Which people in the NSE community can just get involved in these things. Yeah.
So, I mean, for All Stars, how that works is that you essentially sign up via a form, and then you get shortlisted by the NSE team, and then a vote goes out on the NSE website, and the community essentially votes for who should be representing the All Stars for like either the North or the South, or depending on the All Stars, we also have like
the Rocket League one was
Midlands.
a lot more split up.
Yeah. So the Rocket League one was split into 4, which is North, South, Midlands, and then Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Which, because I'm guessing it was just a lot of people that wanted to play Rocket League.
No, it wasn't that. Like originally, we wanted it to be 4 because it's nicer.
Yeah.
But it works better with Rocket League because the games are shorter, whereas games like Overwatch and Valorant, the more competitive series lengths are a lot longer. So it's not viable for us to run those essentially. Otherwise, it would go on forever, basically.
But you do very handily provide a map that shows you where the north-south divide is. Not every university is on there. Obviously, the list of universities changes all the time. But then you can use your logic of, if you're in London, it's the south.
Yeah, exactly.
Which there were people from various universities around Birmingham were like, well, is it the north bit or is it the south bit? I'm like, guess. Good luck.
Those are definitely on there, the north or south.
I also didn't know how close Warwick was to Birmingham.
Yeah, very close.
Yeah, I'm just really bad at geography. Which that map did come in helpful.
Yeah, it is cool. Like, I mean, for instance, for this winter season that we've just had, we've had the most universities ever compete, which is awesome. So 114 different universities compete.
And that includes universities like Birkbeck and that one. The Open University?
Open University we allowed to compete last year.
Nice.
Because they're
a university.
Exactly. Before we were a bit more picky in terms of you had to have a physical campus and everything, and but now we sort of try to open up a little bit more, just so that more people can get involved, because it is fun. And
yeah. I mean, it is fun competing.
Yeah.
We've both competed.
Exactly.
I did not win though. I might.
Oh, I didn't win for a very long time.
Yeah.
Like I competed for like 3 years without winning, so it's fine.
We can't all be Warwick.
No.
Sad.
But
being an intern, I did that.
You did. Not many people get to be an intern.
No.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for people that want to be an intern? This is like where San takes out his notebook. He flips over the page. He's like clicked his pen. He's like, I'm ready.
Yeah. So obviously a big thing is just get involved with NSE. So get involved with everything that we do, all the different activities and everything that we put on. Super important to know that, because in an interview stage, like it's really important to show that you understand stuff that we do and how it works.
So that's like the competitions you hold.
The competitions, the different events.
The Pringles things.
Knowing about the different partnership activations that we do as well, like Monster Plays, Pringles Pick Me Ups, just everything like that. Super useful, and just shows that you have actually taken the time and to actually understand what we do. Other than that, definitely just like ask for advice, just like from me and other members of the team for other things and like different career opportunities. For instance, it's really useful. As much as the internship, you don't have to have any experience. It's definitely helpful if you have some form of like social media or community management.
Yeah, and that's just like getting involved in your society.
Exactly. The easiest way to do anything is do it within your esports and
Yeah.
gaming society. So, for instance, even when I was going for my job at NSE, it was very valuable that I had helped start my society. I was the social media rep. I was the Rocket League rep. I could show the skills that I gained from those, just so that, it gave me a better chance of getting the role. Aside from that, I guess a funny one is making sure the team knows who you are in a good way.
Yeah.
So interacting with NSE members directly is definitely a
Be nice to your admins.
Be nice to your admin.
Be nice to the staff.
Like,
don't get banned.
The toppest advice of like all jobs, but especially esports industry: don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Because
be a good person.
Because like, the esports industry itself is small.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people know everyone.
Yeah.
And if you're known as not a nice person, people won't want to work with you. And obviously it's harder to get a role and get a good role. But yeah, those are sort of the key things, I think, for me.
I think my biggest piece of advice when going into the interview process is don't look terrified.
No, be confident.
Like, yeah. You probably don't know the answers to the questions that are going to be asked. And it's okay to take a moment and be like, I am thinking about the question.
Yeah.
Here is my answer, which I did a lot. I think it would start with just, that's a really good question. You're like, that is a good question.
Yeah, and definitely be prepared for the interviews and like think about what questions might be asked. Like 100% always ask a question at the end. Like, it's good, and make sure it's an actual good question.
It can seem really daunting to ask a question at the end, but it obviously shows like you have the ability to ask. Yeah, which I think in like academia, in the workplace, it can be sometimes daunting to ask a question in general. Yeah, like, am I gonna sound stupid for asking a question? Yeah. Chances are you're not going to be stupid for asking a question.
But definitely make sure the question that you ask hasn't already been answered.
Yes.
Otherwise, then that is a bit like bad in terms of like, oh, they weren't listening, that type of thing.
Or you can just ask for like clarification. Like, you just said a thing.
Like,
what does this mean?
A good thing in a way of show that you have been listening is that ask a further question on top of
you gave me this piece of information, can you
build on it,
go more with that? Yeah
that's also really important as well. But just be as confident as you can. Obviously I know it's hard. I wasn't super confident when I was at university. Try to improve it as much as possible. Throw yourself into everything, take all the opportunities you can get. I wouldn't be in the place where I was, where I am now. I wouldn't have had my placement at that interior design architecture company if I hadn't taken several different opportunities that then led me to a path of where I am now. I wouldn't have been able to get that sort of marketing and social media experience from that company after university, which then helped me get the social media job at NSE. And just, get involved in everything that you can, basically.
Get involved.
Yep.
Be prepared.
Yep.
Be confident.
Yep.
Don't be a dickhead.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
On the top.
They might. I don't know if they have to censor that, but they'll figure it out. I have one more thing for you.
Yeah.
I've titled it Aria's Really Bad Gaming and Esports Silly Quiz.
Okay.
I'm not that smart.
Okay.
I notoriously have a single brain cell that I use for memes.
Yeah.
Are you prepared?
No, but sure.
Okay. Sun, Moon, Diamond, Pearl, Heart Gold, and Soul Silver have all been names of which game franchise?
That is the Pokemon franchise.
It sure is.
Because I had Pearl.
I had Heart Gold.
Oh.
I never finished it.
No?
No, there's a bit where you go into like the caves to get Ho-Oh. Mm-hmm. And as like a 6-year-old, I was like, that's too scary. I'm sorry. I'm good.
I was a little on the DS gremlin.
I had a pink DS. Don't look at the answers. I had a pink DS Lite, and I would just do this.
Yeah.
And then like the hinge broke, and you're like, yes, I can still play that.
It was that classic thing of like pretending to be asleep when you're in bed.
Yeah, but the noise of Mario Kart is playing a little too loud for your pillow.
Exactly. But yes, Pokemon.
In 2014, you get a date for this one.
Okay.
Blizzard released a card game related to the World of Warcraft universe.
Yes.
What's the name of that card game?
I believe that card game is Hearthstone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Formerly NSE.
Former NSE tournament. Yeah. Hearthstone was ran earlier in the NSE days. Like with Dota, we discontinued it because it became popular. But
there are still like groups that play Hearthstone outside of University Esports. It is still a thing people play involved in.
And I actually used to play Hearthstone as well.
Ah.
I wasn't very good.
But you know the rules of the game, I guess.
The game. It was good fun. Yeah.
So that question was probably really easy for you. In 2003, what country was the first to recognize esports as a real sport?
Sweden? Denmark?
Think League of Legends playing countries.
Oh, Korea.
Almost. I think they share a border.
China?
Really? Yeah.
China.
In 2003, China, despite warnings that video games were addictive, became the first country to recognize
I think Sweden were the first in Europe.
Oh, probably.
I'm pretty sure they were the first in Europe. If not, it was Denmark.
It's one of the Scandinavian countries.
One of the Scandinavian countries, yeah.
Because they're quite on top of the ball for
FPS.
For what's next, yeah.
As well. That in general.
They have knowledge.
They do.
I appreciate their knowledge. Chuck E. Cheese. What
a way to start a question.
It's unrelated to Five Nights at Freddy's, despite the animatronics and the pizza.
Yeah.
Chuck E. Cheese was originally founded by Noland Bushnell, who also co-founded what video game company in 1972?
1972. What video game company? Chuck E. Cheese.
It famously released a really bad iteration of E.T.
What?
Do you not know what I'm on about?
No.
If I show you a picture,
of
E.T. on this console.
Oh, so it's a console brand.
But they also produce the games.
PlayStation.
If I show you this,
that looks very Nintendo-like.
It's not quite.
No. I'm not that old, Aria.
No, I know that. You are also early Gen Z.
Is it Atari?
It is the Atari.
No way. That's crazy.
I'm just checking that Freddie hasn't pulled it up on that is Atari. Yeah, the guy that founded Chuck E. Cheese co-founded Atari.
Wow. That's cool.
Which that's the most random thing.
That is very, very
to
random.
co-found. This one I'm hoping is easier for you.
Yeah. It's the answer Rocket League.
No.
Okay.
None of the answers are Rocket League. I'm really sorry. But I feel like you're going to tell me that you're not that old again.
Oh, no.
Pocket, Light, Color, and Advance are all styles of what Nintendo hardware system?
Game Boy.
Yay!
I did have a Game Boy Advance.
Oh.
So I am old, but...
Because they came in really cool clear ones.
Yeah.
I'm a bit too young for that.
I didn't have the chonky one. I had the small...
The square one.
The square.
Oh, the foldy one.
Basically what my phone is now.
Yes. It's retro.
It's retro. Exactly. But yeah.
This one is a question that I think Kenny will appreciate because it contains Mario.
Okay.
And he likes Nintendo things.
Yeah, he's a Smash player.
In Mario Kart,
what
colour is the shell that seeks out the player in first place?
That is the blue shell.
Blue.
Blue shell, as opposed to the red or green.
Yeah. Do you know what the red and green ones do?
The red one is the homing one for the one in front, and the green one is just directional, front or behind.
This one is not super esportsy, but
gaming.
I just want to be able to make a joke after you tell me the answer.
Okay.
Who was the first gamer to feature on the cover of ESPN magazine?
The first gamer? ESPN. Is it like Ninja or something?
It is Tyler Ninja Blevins.
It is Tyler Ninja Blevins.
Did you know that the low taper fade meme? I got a bit of a joke. Anyway, there was a joke that we made. It is Tyler, Ninja Blevins. He was featured in September of 2018.
Hell yeah. At Fortnite.
At the time, he was like the biggest
we love Fortnite.
Twitch stream. Do we?
No.
Speaking of Fortnite, that segue.
Oh, nice.
Segue.
Nice.
What's the name of the game engine owned by Epic Games, the company behind Fortnite?
That is the Unreal Engine.
It sure is.
It sure is.
Which is what I think this is built on. I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. You have one more question.
Nice.
Oh no, I lied. I have two.
Two more questions. I love quizzes. I go to a quiz every week.
Pop quiz.
Pop quiz on a Sunday. Yeah.
I have like a random wealth of knowledge, but I don't really know if it's like pub quiz.
I'm not amazing. My geography is usually my round.
The thing that I'm really bad at. Yeah. We'd be great as a pub quiz team. This one is League of Legends.
Okay. Thanks for telling me the answer. No, I'm joking.
No. How many unique viewers watched the 2019 League of Legends World Championship?
Unique viewers, 2019.
You can round it up to the nearest 100, I guess.
It's the nearest 100,000.
I'm just going to say 100.
Really?
Yeah, because if I tell you 100,000, the number still isn't big enough.
Oh, okay. Well, I think it's in the 100,000s. Is it not? 200,000? And 50?
It matched the Super Bowl viewings for that year.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. A lot then.
Yeah, that's correct. It's a lot.
It is a lot.
It's technically, it has a point in it, but you don't need to care about the decimal place. It's 100.7 million unique viewers.
107 million.
100.
I thought it was in the millions, but then you were like, you know, 100,000.
100 million. It's 100.
You could have said closest million.
Oh, is that? I'm bad at maths. I'm just bad at life, I think.
I did think it was over 1 million, but that's a lot more than just a million.
A million beers at the pub quiz on a Sunday. Please cut that.
Ciders.
They have inches on tap around the corner.
Inches is alright.
They don't need to know this on the podcast. Your last question.
Yeah.
In 2015, you get a date. It's
Rocket League.
No. The first 6 games were entered into the World Video Game Hall of Fame. Can you name at least one of these 6?
The World Video Game Hall of Fame.
Yeah. Some of them are old.
Like, are we talking, like, one of them's probably Space Invaders?
Surprisingly not.
Pac-Man?
One of them is Pac-Man.
Pac-Man. Is Pong on there?
Pong is on there.
We love Pong. Are there newer ones as well?
Compared to Pong and Pac-Man, yes.
Yeah.
One of them's from the same era.
Yeah.
As Pong and Pac-Man, and then some of them, I guess you would consider newer,
okay.
Or like are still
releasing games.
Yeah.
So one of them's probably like Call of Duty.
No.
Halo.
I wish the Halo gang would love that.
Wait, we've got to have a Mario game on there.
Super Mario Bros. Is in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah. So that's 3, right?
Yep.
FIFA? I wouldn't pick FIFA, but
no, I don't think they.
Is that the only one that's like? Is Mario the only one sort of stuff they're making today? Then
no. So one of them has a release coming out. I think it's later this year.
Oh.
And one of them has had a re-release recently. So the ones that I
don't know.
The ones that you missed, Tetris.
Oh, Tetris.
Which is not an esport, but is competitive gaming.
And we had the dude that beat Tetris last year.
Last year.
No?
That was insane.
That was cool.
Wish that could be me, but I'm really bad at Tetris.
Yeah.
Later this year, Doom gets a release.
Doom, true. Doom,
which you can play on a graphing calculator.
Yes, you can.
And World of Warcraft.
World of Warcraft.
Who in the last few years got their classic release.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Congratulations. You have answered all of my silly esports and gaming quiz questions.
Nice. I think I did okay.
Your prize is nothing. Your prize is knowing that we will continue to compete in NSE as long as you don't ban us.
Yeah.
No context.
Yeah.
We do one thing
Yeah.
at the end of every podcast, which is I take a really awkward selfie with my guest.
Yeah.
And then they do that on all of them. And then you go on the wall. We print them out.
Oh, there's a wall.
There's a wall.
That's cute.
So the background of the photo
is going to be green.
Will be
because of
green.
the thing.
And then it will go on screen there.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably Photoshop us into Mars. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's the greatness of being on green.
Nice.
This is Jordy. All of Jordy's socials and the NSE socials will be down below.
Okay.
You can see the TikTok that I made that got rejected from the NSE roster but went directly onto your Twitter.
Yes.
The Portsmouth Pensioners.
Oh, the Portsmouth Pensioners one.
No context, Portsmouth Pensioners.
Yeah.
Which is the name of the alumni
Rocket
summer
League
team.
that I'm in, yeah.
Yeah. Cool. See you later.
Bye.